This morning we are going to talk about juniper berry. How many of you use juniper berry very often? Or have used it at all? Is there anybody that hasn't used it ever?
I don't think I've ever used it.
Oh,
I've never used it.
do you have it, Christy?
No.
Oh,
It's in several blends that I've done. I've never used it straight, but it's in blends.
yeah, I've used it straight. It is, I wish I had $1 for every time I say this, but it has got some really good uses. And I had known about a couple of them. That was the primary one. And again, I've used it in blends. I have actually used it on its own a couple of times, but it does so many things. So let's learn about it, and then you're all going to be inspired to either buy it or get yours out. The common Juniper coniferous, there. It's kind of a messy looking evergreen. It's an evergreen conifer tree that can grow up to 10 meters high and can live as long as 200 years. I can't even comprehend that. The tree's bark is gray-brown, while the twigs of the tree are reddish-brown. You can kind of see the twigs over in the little picture. The leaves of the common juniper are needle-like with prickly points and are green in color. This is interesting. The tree also produces male and female flowers. So I guess it can pollinate itself. The male flowers are small and yellow and grow near the tip of the twigs, whereas the female flowers are green and eventually evolve into the purple fruit of the tree. The fruit is a berry-like cone that is fleshy and aromatic. doTERRA juniper berry is extracted from the berry of the common juniper plant, and it is sourced in Bulgaria. That's one of their indigenous regions. It takes 3 years to ripen to maturity. This is called patience is involved in waiting for this oil to do. So the berries of the juniper tree have been used for medicinal and spiritual purposes since ancient times. The Old Testament includes several references to the juniper tree. Native Americans used juniper berries for medicinal applications and burned the berries to cleanse and purify the air. I had never thought about it. We had a juniper tree when I was growing up, and I remember the little purple berries, but I didn't know anything about it other than its name. So here's just a fun little tidbit. It was said that if you dreamed of gathering juniper berries in winter, you would prosper. It's also noted that the berries of a common juniper signified honor or the birth of a boy. I should have had lots of juniper berries with all my boys. Okay, so juniper berry is the oil of night. It assists those who fear the dark or unknown aspects of themselves. I think all of us have times where we felt that that concern, or the fear, or just uneasiness, or whatever. It helps individuals to understand that those things that they fear are intended to be their teachers. Instead of hiding from what they do not understand, juniper berry encourages individuals to learn the lesson and face their fear. It helps restore the balance between light and dark, conscious and subconscious, day and night. It acts as a guide on the path toward wholeness. Juniper berry teaches that there is truly nothing to fear when one acknowledges and accepts all aspects of yourself. So if you have irrational fears, recurrent nightmares, disrupted sleep, or avoidance of things, then juniper berry is a great one to use. We often talk about lavender and vetiver for helping with sleep and the calming nature. As I was reading this last night, I was thinking, disrupted sleep. I often go to bed so late that I'm so exhausted that once I go to sleep, then I stay asleep. But when we were coming back from Florida, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, Florida time. So it was 12:30 our time, and I was never able to get back to sleep. And I kept saying, Elizabeth, you've got to go to sleep. You don't have to get up for 2.5 more hours. Go to sleep. It didn't work. So needless to say, when we got home Tuesday, I was worthless. I did get unpacked. That was a good thing. But the other thing is, and one of the things that I have used Juniper Berry for is nightmares or night terrors. It is really helpful. And if you have children or grandchildren who experience night terrors, then diffuse Juniper Berry in their room, and it is amazing and is really helpful. So if getting to sleep is not your problem, but being able to stay asleep is more your problem, then get out your Juniper Berry. So the positive properties are feeling protected, having peaceful dreaming, feeling courageous, and being self-aware. So it just, doTERRA doesn't put out any useless oils. They all have benefits and all have reasons to use them. So the top properties of Juniper Berry are: it's a detoxifier, a diuretic, antiseptic, antispasmodic, astringent, anti-rheumatic, carminative, and anti-parasitic. So all of those, and I love the top properties because they are very descriptive of what the oil will do. And I don't have to worry about being compliant because I'm just naming a scientific property. So some of the primary benefits, although there's lots more uses than just this, but it may have antioxidant properties when consumed. And there have been experimental studies that have said that. It acts as a natural skin toner, and it provides a calm, grounded aroma. So hold on to your seats to hear all of the uses that you can use it. If you have skin blemishes and or conditions where your skin is extremely dry and uncomfortable because of that, use 1 to 2 drops of Juniper Berry as a gentle astringent after washing your face. You can also consider adding it to your moisturizer or trying a blend for skin concerns. Alcoholism, if that's something you experience, place 1 to 2 drops in the palm of your hand, rub your hands together, and inhale for up to 30 seconds or more several times a day when you're facing the urge to drink. If you have a situation where older people get it a lot, where their memories aren't what they used to be, then you can use 1 to 2 drops on the bottom of your feet or the base of your neck, base of your skull, in the back, daily. You can also consider adding it with sandalwood and frankincense that are also very supportive of this particular condition. If your joints like to rebel against you a lot, massage 1 to 2 drops of Juniper Berry into the areas of concern as needed or throughout the day. If you happen to have white fur, then that is also useful for this, or ginger. I'm pretty sure that white fur was, when I first got my account with doTERRA, then I have white fur, but then it wasn't sustainable to source it. So they got Siberian fur, which is easily sourced and responsibly sourced. And so I'm pretty sure that you can also use Siberian fur for this memory condition, or for the for your sore joints and joints that have problems. If you have a condition where you are experiencing lots of bacteria or viruses, you can apply Juniper Berry down your spine, on the bottoms of your feet, or take in a capsule, and that will be supportive of your concerns in that. If you have an uncomfortable situation involving your bladder, you can massage 1 to 2 drops over the lower abdomen every 2 hours. when you go and you get your blood test and there are certain things that the doctor says your is too high, you need to do something about this factor of your blood, then you can take Juniper Berry in a capsule and it will help you lower that that level in your blood that they are measuring. So if you are feeling really stuffed up, then you can massage 1 to 2 drops of oil over your chest, throat, or sinuses, or into the reflex points on your feet. If you are experiencing cramps, you can apply 2 to 3 drops of Juniper Berry to the oil of concern and use a hot compress and put it over, or a heating pad, and that just helps drive the Juniper Berry in and to help you get relief from that. If you are feeling like you need a detox, you can massage Juniper Berry into reflex points of the feet daily, or consider adding 2 to 3 drops to a capsule to take internally, only if you are using doTERRA's Juniper Berry. But why you want to use any other oil than doTERRA, I don't know. So, you know, just something to think about. If you are having digestive issues, massage into the reflex points of your feet daily, or area of concern. There's lots of different skin conditions that it is really helpful for. If you need more energy, which of us, I know all of you well enough that I know that you've all had times where you need to have more energy. Massage several drops onto your feet, or place 1 to 2 drops in the palm of your hand. Rub your hands together and inhale for up to 30 seconds or more several times a day. So if you are experiencing fear, diffuse or place 1 to 2 drops in the palm of your hand and inhale up to 30 seconds or more several times a day. When you are, or if you're facing a surge of fear or the desire to turn around and run and retreat, then put a couple of drops in your hand and breathe it in. For children's fears, mix 4 drops of juniper essential oil to every ounce of water in a small non-plastic, so metal or spritz, let's try that again, metal or glass spritz bottle, and use as a room and pillow spray. A nighttime spray is really popular with little ones who like the power to spray away their fears themselves. You can also apply a drop to the bottom of their feet or the back of their neck, but don't put Juniper Berry on children's hands, or really for that matter, your hands, if you're going to be going to bed, because I'm sure that I rub my eyes in my sleep, and that would be very uncomfortable. So you don't want to do that. But having making up this spray, lots of parents call it a monster spray, and the kids can spray it underneath their bed and the places where the monsters are. And like I say, for night terrors, you can use it in a spray bottle, or you can just diffuse it in the room, and that will help eliminate night terrors. If you feel and struggle with heartburn, massage 1 to 2 drops over the area to be supportive in that. If you are suffering from indigestion, then you can massage 1 to 2 drops over your entire stomach, or consider taking internally in a capsule. If you have liver issues, then you can Juniper Berry is very supportive in being supportive of your liver and having a healthy liver. So you can take in a capsule to support the detoxifying of your liver. If you have times where your kidneys are acting up, and either you get something that it makes it very uncomfortable when your kidneys are at work, or if you get hard substances that develop in your kidneys, Juniper berry is great. You can massage 1 to 2 drops over the kidneys several times throughout the day and consider taking it internally. It's also helpful with dealing with muscle soreness applied to the area of concern. If you're feeling resistance to something that you know you should do, but you really don't want to do, anybody else have that? I feel that. Then place 1 to 2 drops in the palm of your hand and inhale there. We've talked about restless sleep. If you are having some severe joint problems, then juniper berry is supportive in your battle against that. If you are feeling tension, stress, and depression, inhale deeply from your cupped hand and apply under your nose or to the bottoms of your feet. It's great for supporting healthy skin or skin issues. So try adding 1 drop of juniper berry to your face care regimen daily. If you're feeling spasms, you can put 2 to 3 drops on the area of concern with a hot compress or heating pad, or massage gently for several minutes to increase the circulation. Stress, then diffuse it or put it on your hands and inhale. When you have a very uncomfortable situation with your ears where you hear a ringing in your ears, then do not ever put an oil inside your ears, but you can apply juniper berry around your ears and massage it in 1 to 2 times a day or as needed. And you can consider adding frankincense if you have this ringing constantly. If you are experiencing water retention and some of the side results of the water retention, then massage 1 to 2 drops over your kidneys several times throughout the day. You need to, some of the there's all the normal precautions, but some additional ones are that be very cautious using juniper berry during pregnancy, or if you have kidney problems, then consult your doctor and be cautious there. So one of the things I'm going to send you, you're going to get 2 different emails from me. One is going to be Laura Jacobs' wonderful handout. And that will come from my Unlocking EO Secrets email address. And then I have got a 3-page handout with different recipes that use juniper berry. There is a mood lifting diffuser blend. Some other diffuser blends, you can try juniper berry and bergamot to feel more cheerful. Juniper berry, bergamot, grapefruit, and ylang ylang for relaxing romance. Juniper berry, lavender, and cedarwood for deep sleep. Juniper berry, lime, cedarwood, and cypress for spiritual connection and to get in sync with nature. It's great to use during the full moon or the fall and winter solstices and spring solstice. Juniper berry, grapefruit, and clary sage to get in the mood for romance. Juniper berry, rosemary, and cypress to concentrate or stay on task. Boy, I need to make me a sign to remember that one. Juniper berry, fir, and cedarwood for holiday invigoration. So there's a recipe for a night serum to fight aging, a recipe for a skin toner, a recipe for a moisturizing cream to stimulate circulation and fight ugly veins that show up on your legs, a massage oil to ease gout and other kinds of inflammation. There's several diffuser blends, a skin clarity roll-on, and a recipe for dealing with a hangover. So there is lots and lots and lots of good information and reasons to use juniper berry. So if you've got it, get it out and try one of these things. If you don't have it, consider putting it on your order.